guys, welcome back to the channel, Jujubear here, and welcome back to a coverage of the 2016 Risk Tournament group stages. Now, if you aren't familiar with the Risk, it basically goes along the lines of two players build an army, they're submitted to admin, and there's a 50-50 chance that both players will have to swap over their armies. Now, we got a pretty special battle here today. We've got Hitch from the AVA clan up against Lord Fuckwad from the SH clan. Now, they both come to me with some pretty strong barbarian rush armies, and there was a swap round, so they had to swap over their armies. As to which army is more powerful, I don't know. We'll just jump into the game, we'll have a look. They're both pretty good. Yo, check this out. So we're back in names. We've got the BOII, which was originally submitted to me, the BOII, which was originally submitted to me by Hitch. So there was a swap round. Now Hitch is going to be commanding the SUEBI build. So, and now Fuckwad is going to be playing as the BOII. So Fuckwad as the BOII, and Hitch as the SUEBI. It gets really confusing once you get into swap rounds and that kind of thing, because it's like, oh man, like this player built that originally and then he swapped with this player, and it's like, fuck, it's really hard to try and keep up with who's, you know, building what army and what who's going to be commanding which army after a swap round. So let's check out what Fuckwad has to use in this battle. So he's got Celtic Slingers at the front, 1, 2, 3. Levy Freeman out in that flank. He's also got one over here. In the center, he's got Spear Warriors. So that's his spears. He's got 2 Sword Followers out here on this flank and a Heavy Horse. So a nice little wing here. Very, very deadly. Could easily deal with these units out here on the flank here. He's got 2 Celtic Warriors in the center, 2 Sword Followers, 2 Heavy Horse, and up the back 2 Oswan. Yeah, pretty interesting. It seems like he could probably cause a bit of trouble for Hitch out in this flank with this little wing here. Now let's see what Hitch has done with the build that he was given here. So he's got Kimberly Bowen, 2 of them, and then also 2 Germanic Slingers at the front. So the Kimberly Bowen gonna have some pretty nice killing potential, and the Germanic Slingers are gonna be pretty good at soaking up enemy fire. He's also got a Spear Levy, a Germanic Scout Rider, and a Noble Rider out in this flank. To be honest, he should really just be bringing this Scout Rider all the way out here and maybe pestering these units from the back, firing into their backs with javelins. He's also got another Germanic Scout Rider out in this flank with 2 Spear Levy out here. He's got in the center 4, I'm guessing Bloodsworn. Yep. 2 Wodness Spears and 4 Swordmasters. Now, interestingly enough, note 2 Swordmasters, 2 Berserkers. Wow. Yeah, okay. So Berserkers brought into this match here. So a different flavor to the mix. Now, interesting to see that the general is not a Oriovistus general. It is a strategist general. So it's got battle rhythm and second wind. So he is elected to keep this unit out in this flank. Now, general's abilities in this tournament are completely up to the player using them. I haven't really worked that into the rules at this point. I don't know if I ever will, because it doesn't really seem to be too called for. I mean, it could certainly be a detriment to another player, but generally if someone specifies that they want the other player to be using a specific general ability, then only then will I kind of include it in the army makeup. So there was nothing specific about the general's ability here, so I guess Hitch has elected to take a battle rhythm general as opposed to an Oriovistus general. So I'm guessing that Fuckwad was totally aware that at any point he could get a fast charge applied to him. So he's probably just waiting for the general to, you know, make a beeline for this area, pop fast charge, and then all his units would like charge in. That's what I would expect, really. But seeing as his general does not have Oriovistus, general's ability, it's not going to be working out that way. So straight off the bat, the Celtic Slingers of Lord Fuckwad are going to be firing on this Bloodsworn, getting a couple of kills here and there. They don't have the best killing potential, but this has enabled the skirmishes of Hitch to start wrecking a couple of these Slinger units. So the Kimberly Bowman making very short work of one of those, or 2 of those Slingers there, and now they're going to be working on the 3rd one. So the skirmishing engagement is going pretty well for Hitch as of now. So we've got Levy Freeman coming in here. Going to be probably getting a nice Yep, they do get their volley off into those Germanic slingers. And we've got a nice charge from this spear levy. Luckily, these guys are light spear infantry, so Fuckwad can take them out of this fight and return the charge with these sword followers. So these spear levy are going to get absolutely crapped on. Just chewed through very, very, very quickly. Lord Fuckwad's going to make a break for the enemy skirmishers with the heavy horse. He knows that he can't win this skirmishing engagement at this point, so he's willing to put pressure on the skirmishers just to keep his own Celtic Slinger alive. They've managed to chew through this unit very quickly. There's no support here, and I think Hitch Slapper's realized that a little bit too late, and he's going to be bringing a Swordmaster over here to help deal with those units. So Germanic Slingers and Germanic Scout Rider are going to be pulled back, and the Noble Rider is going to come out onto the flank. Not a bad idea at all. They do get some very nice volleys in here into the back of those sword followers, big clump of them. But yeah, those sword followers only lost 8 men in dealing with that whole unit of spear levy there. In the center there hasn't been an engagement. Celtic Warriors are going to be brought up. It looks like Farquaad's going to be the first to initiate a fight here. These Levy Freemen are going to be chasing after those Germanic Scout Riders. Gets a very nice, well, not really. They missed completely. So nice baiting a volley from Hitch Slap. Very nicely done. Going to get a very nice charge into those Levy Freemen. In the center, we have an engagement happening. These Bloodsword are going to crap on those Spear Warriors. Very nice charge from this Heavy Horse. Going to smash into these Bloodsworn and Wodenaz Spears. That's absolutely punishing charge there. These units are both very light melee infantry or light spear infantry, so going to be very punishing. Hitch Slap is going to get a really nice counter charge here with his Sword Masters. Going to catch a couple of these sword followers in the process, but Farquaad's going to be pulling back with those units. Now Farquaad has engaged with his Celtic Warriors and sword followers. He's going to get a nice charge in here. These Bloodsworn are going to crap on those Spear Warriors also. He seems to be overloading this center part here with Celtic Warriors and sword followers, but he hasn't really got anything over here. Look how quickly those Bloodsworn chewed through those Spear Warriors, and these Levy Freemen are going to have to come up against the Spear Levy just to deal with them. How's this going over here? Not too good at all. Spear Warriors are... Oh, no. Actually, they're doing okay. They're doing better than the Bloodsworn, huh? Wow. So we've got Sword Followers going to be engaging the Sword Masters. These Celtic Slingers are going to get attacked by the Noble Riders, and I think these Sword Followers are going to be getting into those Noble Riders also. Got Germanic Scout Riders over here going to be firing into this little fray. Farquaad's going to get a couple of his Heavy Horse and split this gap. Maybe go for the back of these units. Going to be a very nice charge here with these Heavy Horse. Yes, that is exactly what you want to use these Heavy Horse for. Just blunting the charge of the Oathsworn and then, getting in here with the Oathsworn of the Bloodsworn and getting with the Oathsworn in here as well. So very nice use of those units. The Berserkers are going to be brought in here though, and that's going to be pretty tough for the Oathsworn to deal with. He's going to have to take his Heavy Horse out here. Got a very nice charge in here from the Heavy Horse of Farquaad into the back of those Bloodsworn. They're probably going to be able to win out over those Spear Warriors in the end. A couple of Slingers left for Farquaad on the field, though. Yeah, we do have a couple of Kimby Bowen and a Celtic Slinger or Germanic Slinger still left in the field for Hitch. So Hitch is going to take this Spear Levy and get into the back of this engagement, which is a very good idea, seeing as there are a Heavy Horse and an exposed Oathsworn there. Farquaad's going to get his Heavy Horse and get rid of these Germanic Slingers over here. We do have a very nice charge from these Noble Riders from Hitch into this BOII Heavy Horse. Probably not going to do too well. They've only got 25 men left, and it's a very healthy Heavy Horse just chilling here. Celtic Slinger is going to be taken down eventually by the Germanic Scout Riders, and these Sword Masters are having an absolute field day over on this flank. 173 kills and rising, getting a nice charge into those Sword Followers. And they've got support fire from those Germanic Slingers, but for not for too long it seems, with those Heavy Horse on the way. These Heavy Horse are going to be doing well in that engagement over there. We've got an engagement out on this flank. Heavy Horse are going to be thrown into this fight. Don't know if this is a very good idea, to be honest. With Germanic Scout Riders, they cannot pull out with their Scout Riders in place, and these Spear Levy are going to have a good time taking those guys down. Spear Levy, even though they got the rear charge on an Oathsworn, they're not going to be able to hold up for too much longer, and the Berserkers are being destroyed by the Oathsworn here. So Oathsworn doing pretty well, but taking a lot of losses in the process. Sword Followers struggling to get rid of these Wodenaz Spears. In the center, Berserkers are doing pretty well at just making their presence felt. Very nice charge in here from... yeah, here we go. So we've got a nice volley coming into those Germanic Scout Riders. That's going to be the end of them. Spear Levy going to be struggling against the Oathsworn. Eventually those Oathsworn are going to win out. Wodenaz Spears get shield screen activated. They're going to be doing even better than they already are at this point. Kimby Bowman still in the fight. Don't know how. They're going to pull their bows out eventually, I'm sure. And Farquaad's going to be taking his heavy horse out of this fight. He really should be getting rid of that unit. That could be a potentially devastating unit in the end game. We've got a very nice supporting fire from the Germanic Sky. Alright, just trying to get rid of this O-Swarm. So I guess Fuckwad has done a very good job at using his units sparingly. So just doing different stages of charges, that kind of thing. And these Celtic Warriors are going to come in here, and very nice use of the Germanic Scholars to bait a volley out of those Celtic Warriors. Though I think at this point in the battle, it's probably a little bit too late. When our spears, eventually we're able to hold out against those sword followers and crush them. So very impressive stuff there. They are in shield screen. Don't know if they're going to get the charge off on the sword followers, but it doesn't matter because those O-Sworn are still in the fight. So it's not looking good for Hitch at this point. He does still have some skirmishes left in the field. He does have a very healthy Swordmaster out here, although very exhausted. He's got a number of units facing up against this O-Sworn, but crucially there's nothing attacking this O-Sworn in the back, so eventually these units are going to be worn down. Berserkers not getting nearly as many kills as you would expect from those kind of units. And Farquaad's got enough units to this kind of thing. He's going to get a very nice rear charge in here with his heavy horse to finish off these units once and for all. Probably destroy those Berserkers eventually. Yep, over here we got these Sword Masters who are going to be charged by the heavy horse of Farquaad. Fuckwad didn't actually tell me who won the match. He was like, yeah, you have to watch the match and do the casting to see who wins. And I was like, all right. So I haven't actually updated the table just yet. So it looks like I'm going to be putting a win in the spot of Lord Farquaad, and Hitch Slap is still looking for a win in the group stage. We'll see if he can pick one up against his next opponent. So I'm just going to hit forward here while these units are being mopped up, and it's a costly victory for Lord Fuckwad of the SH clan, commanding the BOII. So very strong army there. I mean, he used his heavy horse very well. I have to say, getting into the back of different units, the O-Sworn had favorable engagements, which is good. The Celtic Slingers were probably thrown away at the start, but it didn't really matter because the rest of his units were used so well. So Hitch Slap did a really great job with his the skirmishing engagement at the start, and seemed to have the better of the engagements in the very start. With those Blood Swan, he was able to just silence the Spear Warriors and the Levy Freemen, doing a really great job at that. And these Sword Masters beasting out very good engagements. Also the Wodenast Spears, very interesting to see them just win out, straight up over Sword Followers. So super interesting to see that happen. But anyway, thanks from both players for participating. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the tournament so far. I know I am. And we'll see you guys in the next battle. This is Jujubear signing out. Peace.